It's Dmoneyballa. Today we're going to be talking about Python strings. And I hope this really helps you learn Python. Strings are an important part of a programming language. So we're going to come down here to our search bar. We're going to type Python3 because that's what we installed. It came up on my second window. I'm bringing it over here. We're going to maximize this. A string, you can open it with a quote mark and you can say this is a string, and you end that. There's your string. You can set it to a variable. Let's do s equals you can also set a string with double quotes. Let's do hey guys. Now s is going to be hey guys. You can also do s2, set up another variable. You can also set strings up with triple quotes and they can do multiple lines. Then you can do what's up. You can do that, and then we're going to do 1, 2. Well, we got to do 1, 2, 3 to close that. Then if we do S2, it's going to say what's up. The \n is a new line character, so if we were to print S2, it's going to print with 2 new lines. So those are the 3 different ways you can set up a string with just 1 quote, double quotes, or triple quotes. I mean, you can do like 3 single quotes too and do I'm working, and you can do 1, 2, 3, and then that's also going to be a string as well. And so that's how you can set up some strings in Python. To set up a variable in Python, like you can see, you just set the variable's name. On the left side you put an equal sign and then what you want its value to be. We set up s earlier as hey guys. Whenever we do s, it's going to say hey guys. We can print is a built-in function. It's really useful for working with strings and debugging. If your program goes wrong and you want to know why something's not working, you can always print something out and it'll tell you what's going on. So hey guys gets printed when you print s. Strings are iterables in Python, so you can we're going to print, you can access a specific letter of a string and it's 0 based, so you can do s with a bracket 0 and that should give us an h. And then Python also supports negative indexing, so if you want the last letter of a string you can do -1. That will be s because that's hey guys. You can do a lot of cool things with slicing strings. So you can do let's set a variable of hey is equal to s. You're gonna we can open a bracket. No number here means it's going to start at the beginning of the string, and then if we go to 3, that means it's going to stop at the end of the string. So we do hey and it's hey. We've just sliced the first word out of that string to create a second variable named hey, and that's called slicing with strings. There's a few things we can do with strings. There's a lot of built-in methods, and in Python there's so many different ways to get something done. For example, if we wanted to reverse the string hey guys, we can do that with a slice. We can do s bracket and then 2 colons and -1, and then that is going to reverse the string hey guys. Or you could do a join of a reversed array, and that's going to look something like this. You're going to do .join, so that means join everything with no spaces. You're going to do .join, and then you're going to do reversed, and that splits your string into an array and reverses the order of all the characters, and then you're joining them again. So it's a little bit more intense than just, it's going to take more time to do than doing the slice reverse. S, and then we just got to close our parentheses, and that should do the same thing as the reverse. But if this was a really long string and we did it over a bunch of times, you can see that this slice reverse is going to be a lot faster than this array method of splitting it into an array, reversing all of the strings, and then joining them back together. With Python, there's just so many different ways you can do a lot of different things, and there are a ton of different tutorials on the internet to show you what is more performant if that's really what you care about. But if you know how to do something, you can do it. And it's usually pretty quick with Python. Python has some other built-in functions for strings that are going to be very useful. We can do a length. With len, we can find out the length of a string. So if we print len of s, it's 8 characters long. If you want to set all of the characters up in uppercase, you can do s.upper. That's going to uppercase everything. Since we didn't bind that to the variable, it just echoes that out. And if everything were uppercase, you could do s.lower. And even if they're all in lowercase, it's still just going to be all lowercase when you do s.lower. There's also one that's interesting called s.cap. Italize. And that's going to capitalize the first letter of your string, so the H gets capitalized there. There are plenty of built-in methods for strings. A strip is going to be a good one. So let's say we've got some white space in a string, and we're going to say S3 is equal to what's up. And if we do S3, there is a space at the beginning and end of this. There's a strip in Python which are going to strip out those white space. So if we were to print s3.strip and not pass any arguments into strip, it's just going to strip beginning and end white space by default. So then it just prints what's up with no space before the W and no space after the P. That's a very important one to know. There's s.replace, so we could print s.replace. Then we're going to replace H in hey with W. And then we print that, and it should say way guys. See how that's saying way guys? You can replace any characters in strings. Like, for example, this Y appears twice. It should replace every Y. And so it says, hey goes. So replace is a good one if you want to replace every character inside a string. Good one to know. Fun thing to note about strings is if you do string times a number, it's just going to print that 3 times. So this should print hey guys 3 times. That's good to know. You can concatenate strings. So we can do print s plus s2. And that's going to say, hey guys, what's up? And as long as they're both strings, it works. If you try to just like concatenate a string with an integer, that's going to throw an error. For example, if we do print s plus 5, so it would be like, what's up guys 5, it's not going to like that. But if you do wrap this in a stir, that will concatenate it, because that puts that integer 5 into a string data type, so that concatenate will like that. That's not the only way to format strings. Concatenation is a good one. So let's do a variable called intro, and we're going to set this equal to hey guys. If you want to escape a quote, since I started this string with single quotes, if I did Python's not going to like that, because it's going to think this string ends where this parenthesis is. But if you want that parenthesis to be escaped, you hit backslash. I'm Dmoneyballa, and I'm blank. And we didn't backslash this last quote, so that means that's where the string's going to end. So intro is this. It says intro. Hey guys, I'm Dmoneyballa, and I'm, it says Dmoneyball. Whatevs. That's close enough, you know? Typo. So we're going to say intro plus stir 54. Hey guys, I'm Dmoneyballa and I'm 54. So then if we wanted to do that a different way, let's set a variable here, and the variable is going to be age, and that's going to be 54. So now we can put together a string with an integer, and we're going to format the string. So we're going to go intro plus, if we do open close brackets and then a dot format, this is going to put whatever we put inside of this parentheses in format, it's going to insert it into those square brackets, and that's going to be concatenated to the string. So we can do format age. So that should say, hey guys, I'm Dmoneyballa and I'm 54. There we go. That's one way to do it. I prefer to use the dot format, but there's a different way to get that in there. And if you want to repeat the last command you did in Python, you just hit up. That's one way to get the last command you ran to just get loaded up so you don't have to type everything up again. Quick little shortcut. We can do %d because this is a digit, and then we're going to go %age, and that's going to format, that's just a different way of formatting the string. And so this % means insert this age into here, and then we're going to concatenate that into the intro string. So it should print the same thing. So that's 3 different ways to add an integer into a string or concatenate it there. If you do a for loop, if you guys know what a for loop is, if you do for x, let's do for char in s, and then we do tab over here, print char, it should print each individual character. So it goes HEY, new line, GUYS, and it'll print all of those out. You can use split on strings, and it defaults to splitting on white space. So if we were to set words, which is going to be a list, equal to s.split, we type words, we've got hey and guys, because it split those into 2 different words and put them into a list, and it's split on the white space. So that's an important thing to know. With strings, you can split on specific characters too. So if you wanted to do words2 is equal to s.split, and you want to split on the y, you can split on the y. And then we can do words2, and it's got 3 things. It's got hey, gu, and s. But they're all missing y's because that's where we split our string into this list. And I hope that's been very helpful for you guys. That's just an intro to strings in Python. If you've liked this video, please consider subscribing to the channel. Thank you.